Hey everybody, thanks for taking a minute or 5 or probably 7 to listen to me. I appreciate it today. I hope everybody's day went well. Monday, right? Monday is the day that a lot of people dread. I can't say. Sometimes I dread it, sometimes I don't. It just depends, really. But thanks for tuning in again. I actually really like doing this. You know, this kind of intrinsic external motivation for me to do this. I get something out of it personally. You know, I get to think about a lot of things that I've dealt with in the day. And then I also know that I've at least helped one person with these videos, so if it's just one person, go with that, because sometimes just that one that needs to be reached, but a lot of times it's more. There's a lot of reasons, right, that I do this. There's a lot of reasons why I chose to do social work. I wanted to help people, and I still want to help people, and I am, at least I'm told I am, and I want to reach more. And that's what you do on the internet, right? You reach out and you say, hey, I get that you're going through some hard stuff right now, and let me be a listening ear. You know, I'm not going to provide therapy necessarily, but more than likely I'm going to listen, and I'm going to try and offer an unbiased opinion. So these are things I enjoy. I find some happiness. I find that there's happiness within it, and it kind of helps stoke my inner happiness that's already intrinsically there. But sometimes, you know, even with all that inner happiness, and you're like, yeah, this guy thinks he's got it all together, you know, there's still the struggle for pleasure, which is what the song is. There's that struggle for acknowledging yourself. There's a struggle for acknowledging that you're great and amazing, and that you're fully capable of achieving the things you want to achieve with support and resources. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to just be able to fly by yourself the way that our world works. We have to rely on each other, but sometimes I think we try and get really independent. And that independence can actually lead to a feeling of like isolation and being alone in something. You know, take for example imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome strikes a lot of people. You're starting a new job in a new field, or you're starting a job in one that you're already in the field, but your job has different skilled people than what you're used to. Say you start a master's program, a PhD program. Say, I don't even know, say you have a new baby, and you've never done this before. You've never had a tiny screaming child that poops everywhere and needs a lot of attention before. A lot of us, we will struggle with imposter syndrome. And what do I mean by that? Well, basically, we feel like we're imposters, right? We don't belong here. We're not good enough. We're not worth it. The fact of the matter is we are, and it's us standing in our own ways most of the time. Trust me, imposter syndrome out the nose when I started my PhD program, thinking that everybody else had this down. They're smarter. Even the ones that came in with me, they knew what they were doing. Well, it turns out we all thought the same thing, or something similar. But we're doing it, and you can do it too. Whether it's through, you know, doing it through school, an academic school, a trade school, you're an apprentice, whatever it is, or you're learning skills out there. You are more than capable and more than able. You are unlimited potential, just like that gathering before the storm when all the energy just starts to rise and you can feel it tingling on your arm and the hairs on the back of your neck if it hasn't been cut recently stand up. You can smell that dense ozone. That. Okay, but you don't smell like dense ozone to my knowledge. But still, you are that gathering before the storm. And you have the ability, capacity, and potential to do anything. Literally anything that you want. I mean, I don't suggest getting wax wings and trying to fly like Icarus, but if there are things you're interested in, you're open to receiving the information, the knowledge, the training, I believe you can do almost anything you want to do. You have unlimited potential. You're not bound by society's rules. But you are at the same time, obviously. But you don't have to just be good at one thing, is what I'm trying to say. You can be good at many things. Or you can be good at one thing and not feel like an imposter because you belong there. I hope my ramblings about imposter syndrome have been helpful tonight. And I'm gonna go because I can smell that ozone. It's like the gathering before the storm. Is that you? Alright. Well, until next time, have a good night and peace out.